بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. Let's all begin dua together. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana. Allahumma 'allimna ma yanfa'una wa zidna 'ilma ya muqallibal qulub thabbit qulubana 'ala dinik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can I just make sure that you're all able to hear me? Inshallah.
We can hear you.
Okay, mashallah. Let me just open my chat as well. Okay, so let me just. Alhamdulillah, it feels like it's been a while since we had class. Normally, if you have a 1 week break, it feels like forever between classes. Alhamdulillah, but I pray you had a good break, inshallah, and that you're all well, inshallah ta'ala. So we sent you a survey this morning to assess whether you would like to go back to actual class in Mount View Mosque. So when you have time, inshallah, just to complete that survey as soon as possible, today if possible, inshallah, so we can make a decision around that, inshallah. So also apologies from my side. I was supposed to send you a video that went through the answers of this, but I just didn't manage to get around to it. But we can do it now, inshallah. So in your last lesson, we covered a few new concepts or new concept, and that was the concept of the Masdar, the verbal noun, the Masdar. And your homework was to complete worksheet 1.1. That was like 2 lessons ago. And in the last lesson was to complete the second page. So what I'd like to go is I'd like to go through the answers now, and then we can just mark the answers now, inshallah ta'ala. So these headings are important because these headings are going to form the basis of Sarf going forward. So the headings which are in gray are going to form the basis of Sarf going forward. So let's go through the headings quickly. The first one is Maldi Ma'loom. The Maldi Ma'loom. So Maldi, we know is a fi'l Maldi, past tense verb, and the Ma'loom means that the doer is known. In other words, in this verb here, the doer is known. For example, Fa'ala or Fataha or Ba'atha. That's going to be a Maldi Ma'loom. The second heading, so we're going through each column heading just to make sure we know what the headings are. The second heading is going to be the fi'lul mudari al-ma'loom, mudari ma'loom. The mudari ma'loom is going to be the present tense verb where the doer is known. For example, yaf'alu, he is doing, yaftahu, he is opening, and so on. Then al-masdar, the masdar is going to be the verbal noun or the name of the verb. In other words, you add ing or ent to the verb, it's the name of the verb. So, example, fataha, he opened, yaftahu, he is opening, fathun means opening. So that's the masdar. Then ismul fa'il is any word on the pattern of fa'il, and that's the name of the doer. For example, fataha, if you put it on fa'il, it becomes fatih. So his fataha means I opened, fa'il, fatih. Fatih is going to be the opener. Next one, ismu maf'ul is any ism on the pattern of maf'ul. So if it's fataha, it will be maftuh. And ismu maf'ul is going to be the name of the done upon, that which is opened. The amr is going to be the command, iftah, open, and the nahi is going to be the negation, or not negation, the prohibition, la taftah, do not open. Okay, so what I'm going to ask is, I'm going to ask maybe students, inshallah, to volunteer to do one line. So what you must do is you must give me ba'atha, translation, he sent. So I'll do one line for you. What you can do is you can do fataha, he opened, yaftahu, he is opening. The masdar is fathun, opening. The ismu fa'il is fatih, an opener. Ismu maf'ul is maftuh, that which is opened. The amr is iftah, open. And the nahi is la taftah, don't open. So inshallah, if we can go through that like that, and then students can take a turn, inshallah, to do one line. So who wants to go first with ba'atha? Who wants to go first with ba'atha? Hopefully you did your homework, so you might just read it off your page.
Assalamu alaikum,
So it should
Maulana.
all be on the page. Okay, bismillah.
Maulana, just before I start, the chat isn't showing up on our side. I don't know if the other brothers and everyone else can see it, but we can't see our chat on this side.
Nasreen, can you just see the chat is enabled for everybody? Just go to security features and just make sure that the chat is enabled. I don't know where the chat is.
Okay.
Is there some way to disable the chat or what? It's just gone. Yeah, I don't see it on my side either. So I'm not sure what's happening. But so whoever wants to chat must chat in person, inshallah. Okay, bismillah.
Okay, bismillah. So, can I go, Maulana?
Ba'atha. Go for it.
Ba'atha, yab'athu, ba'thun,
Okay, so if you do it, inshallah, just do it with translation.
Oh, okay. So ba'atha means to raise.
So he raised.
So he raised, yes, he raised. Yab'athu means he will raise.
Yes, or he is raising, either one of the two.
He is raising, yes. Ba'thun means. I'm blanking, Maulana.
So the Masdar, you just add ing.
Yeah, so raising.
Raising, or you can say like resurrection, for example.
Resurrection.
That's the name of the verb. Okay, that's fine.
Ba'ithun is the raiser or the resurrector.
Yes.
Mab'uthun is the one that is raised.
Good.
Ib'ath is the to raise. Raise. So the command to raise.
Yes.
And la tab'ath means do not raise or don't raise.
Good. Perfect. Barakallah.
Maful was a bit jittery. They haven't practiced in a long time.
No, it's good. It's good, mashallah. Okay, who's next, inshallah? Ja'ala. Bismillah.
Assalamu Maulana. It's Maryam.
Is that? Oh, Maryam, I just say iPad there. Maryam, iPad. Bismillah, inshallah. Ja'ala.
Okay. Ja'ala, he made.
Yes.
Yaj'alu, he is making.
Mm-hmm.
Ja'lun is making.
Good.
Ja'ilun, maker.
Good.
Maf'ulu, one being made.
Just say it again, the last one. The maf'ul is?
Maj'ul.
Maj'ul, good.
And ij'al, make the command.
Good.
And la taj'al, do not make.
Perfect. Mashallah. Okay. Mashallah, who's next? Jama'a. Let's jump in, inshallah. Bismillah. Jama'a.
Assalamu alaikum.
Ismail, the Tawfiq, Bismillah.
Jama'a, he gathered.
Good.
Yajma'u, he is gathering. Jam'un, it's a gathering or a collection. Ja'imun, a gatherer.
Jami'un, eh?
Jami'un with the alif.
No.
Majmu'un is the gathered thing or the gathered one. Ijma, gather, you one male command, and then la tajma, do not gather.
Perfect, mashallah. Who is next, inshallah? Rafa'a. I know you all did your homework because you had 2 weeks to do your homework, so just Bismillah, inshallah. Rafa'a. Brother Ismail.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Rafa'a means he raise, you will raise. Raising.
Do the Arabic and English, eh?
Okay.
Arabic and English.
Rafa'a is he raise. Yarfa'u, he is raise. He is raising. And then I have the pages, so I just have to Okay, Raf'un is the verbal noun. And Rafi'un is the
Ismail, how do you translate raf'un?
Raf'un. Raf'un is a raising. The mouth is ing is a raising.
Raising, good. Next one.
Rafi'un is the raiser.
Good.
And Marfu'un, he is raised.
So marfu, if rafi'un is the raiser, what is marfu'?
The marfu'un is the one that is raising.
Good, the one that is raised. Perfect.
Raised.
Perfect.
Irfa'un, the amr, and do not rise is the nahwi.
Okay, so let's go back to amr again. Irfa, what's the meaning of irfa?
Rise.
Yes, okay, good. Or raise, yes, and then la tarfa.
Do not rise.
Do not raise. Okay, perfect.
Raise, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, mashallah, perfect. So also just a reminder again, in the last week's lesson, everything is on a pattern except for the masdar. So the masdar you had to look up, but everything else would be on a pattern which you'd know from the words. Okay, mashallah. Who's next? Next one is sahara yasharu. Who's next? Can Bismillah, a different student, Bismillah. Sahara yasharu. Just go with it, inshallah. Bismillah.
Okay, Maulana, I will go again.
Okay, Bismillah, Bismillah.
Sahara, he bewitched.
Okay. Good.
Yasharu, he is bewitching.
Okay, good.
What have I got here? Sihrun.
Sihrun, good. Sihr, yes.
Bewitchment.
Bewitchment. Oh, sihr also we know commonly as magic. Because magic is basically bewitchment. Good. Carry on.
Sahirun. The bewitcher.
Good.
Or can you just say witch? No?
Yeah. Suppose you could, yes. You could, yes.
Mas'hur. One being bewitched.
Good.
Ishar.
Good.
Bewitch. La tashar. Do not bewitch.
Okay, perfect, mashallah. Shukran. Who's next, inshallah? La'ana. Sister Noor, Bismillah.
Okay. Salam Maulana.
I'm
not 100% sure with the meanings, but I'm going to try.
Bismillah.
So, La'ana is he cursed. Yal'anu, he is cursing. La'anun, cursing.
Good.
La'inun, the cursor.
Good.
Mal'unun, the one who is cursed. Il'an, curse. La ta'lan, do not curse.
Good. La tal'an, do not curse. Perfect, mashallah. Okay. So before we get on, inshallah, what do those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 verbs have in common that's different from the next few verbs? What do those 7 have in common that's different from the next few verbs? They all have something in common.
Well, on the mudari'u ma'lum verb, they all have fathas on the second letter. Perfect.
So on this here, you can see yaftahu. There's a there. Yab'athu yaj'alu So all a fatha on the middle letter of the third letter of the mudari. So remember, if there's a there, then the amr starts with I. So yaftahu becomes iftah, yab'athu ib'ath, yaj'alu ij'al, and so on. Now we're going to go to one where the middle letter is an u. So nasara yansuru. So we're going to change the amr now. So bismillah, who's doing nasara yansuru?
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Okay, I think Sister Tasneem, BT to it, inshallah.
Okay, bismillah.
I was waiting to hear. Yeah.
Okay,
Assalamu
okay,
alaikum.
bismillah.
So I've got Nasara is he helped.
Good.
Yansuru is he is helping.
Good.
Nasrun is assistance, help or aid.
Good.
Nasirun is the helper. Mansurun is the helped, the one who is helped. Unsur is help, the command, and then la tunsur is do not help.
So let's go back to the nahi again. The nahi is la tunsur, la tansur.
Sorry, la tansur.
La tansur, good. Do not help. Perfect, shukran. MashaAllah, who's next? Brother Shawkat, you can come back now for the next one. Taraka.
Okay, so the first one is Taraka, which is he left, and then Yatruku is he is leaving, and then Tarkun is just leaving, and then Tarikun is the leaver.
Good.
And then Matrukun, the one who was left.
Good.
And then the command is Utruk.
Good.
To leave, which is Utruk, and then La Tatruk, don't leave.
Good. Perfect, mashallah.
Yeah.
Mashallah, you guys are doing very well, mashallah. Next one, Hashara Yahshuru. Bismillah. Who's next?
Okay, I'll go.
Bismillah, Sister Wasima. Bismillah.
Hashara is he gathered. Yahshuru is he is gathering. Hashrun is the gatherer. Khashirun is gathering. No, sorry. The gatherer.
Just go back to Hashrun again.
The gathering.
Gathering, good. And Hashirun
is the gatherer.
Good.
Makhshurun is the one who is gathered.
Good.
Ukhshur is gather. And La Takhshur is do not gather.
Good. Perfect. MashaAllah. These verbs are also very common verbs in the Quran. So as much as possible, try to memorize these verbs. They're very common in the Quran. In fact, if you look next to it, the number next to it is the frequency in the Quran. For example, if you look at Hashara comes 43 times, Hakama 80 times, Khalaqa 248 times. So try to also memorize these verbs, inshallah. Next one, Hakama Yahkumu. Bismillah.
Hakama, he judged.
Good.
Yahkumu, he is judging. Hukmun is judging. Hakimun is a judge. Mahkumun is one who is judged. Uhkum is judge, command. And La tahkum is do not judge.
Good, perfect. And as you're doing this, also you start hearing words you know already. Like for example, many of you would have heard the word hakim. So now you kind of hear words that you know already, but now you know what it is actually. Hakim is the ismul fa'il of hakama. So we should start hearing more words that we know already. Next one, khalaqa. So it's Noor, is your hand up? Who's up from the last time?
Malana.
Bismillah.
Okay, khalaqa is he created. Yakhluqu, he is creating. Khalqun is creating. Khaliqun, the one who, the creator. Makhluqun, the one who is created. Ukhluq, create. La takhluq, do not create.
Perfect. Good, mashallah. Next one, Dhakara yadhkuru. think it's last week's homework, okay? ذكر يذكر. بسم الله.
I'll go again, Maulana.
Bismillah.
Okay, so Zakara is he remembered. Yadhkuru, he is remembering. Dhikrun, remembering. Dhakirun, the one who remembers. Madhkurun, the one who is being remembered. Udhkur, remember as in come on. And La Tadhkur, don't remember.
Okay, perfect. MashaAllah. Okay, so if we remember Allah, we are dhakir. Allah is the one who is madhkur. If we remember Allah, we are dhakir, and Allah is madhkur. What's interesting is when you remember Allah, Allah says, فَذْكُرُونِي أَذْكُرْكُمْ. Be dhakir of me, and I'll be dhakir of you. Be remember of me, and I'll be remember of you. So you make dhikr, actually you are the dhakir and the madhkur. Because Allah says that you are the dhakir, you're remembering me, and I'm going to mention you, then you're the madhkur as well. Next one, razaqa yarzuqu. Bismillah, no, get it if you've been before. No problem.
Assalamu alaikum, Maulana.
Bismillah.
Razaqa, why am I blanking today? Razaqa means he provided.
Good.
Yarzuqu means he will provide, or he is providing. Then this one I was not sure, the next one, Maulana. So I have it as rizqun, that is provide.
Or providing.
Or providing, okay.
Or provision.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Is that correct, Maulana? Rizqun? I have a question mark here.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
So if you want to check out for sure, basically go to dictionary. Let me just go quickly. So whenever we want to make sure, we're going to go to our dictionary and we're going to check out the word in the dictionary. So
I sometimes find it hard, Maulana, because it's written in English to like put it into Arabic.
So what happens is that let me just go through one quickly. Rizqun. Okay, so if you look at rizqun, for example, where are we now? Razaqa. Normally the Masdar, I don't know why they didn't put the Masdar here. It's normally always next to here. Can you see like here? Razaha, it's always next to it. But for some reason, there's no Masdar here, which is like strange. Anyway, the Masdar is going to be rizqun. No. But normally it's actually next to the verb. I don't know why they didn't do it here. Maybe like a typo or something. Okay, Bismillah.
Okay, I think that's why I had a question mark on this page. Okay.
Yes. It's normally supposed to be next to the verb. I think it's just like a typo or something. They omitted it.
Okay. Marzuqun is the provider. Urzuq means to provide.
Sorry.
Provide.
Again, marzuqun is what?
Marzuqun is the provided, the one that is provided.
Okay, yes.
Maf, yeah. My mistake.
Yes.
Urzuq, provide, command. La tarzuq, to not provide.
Perfect, good. Okay. Next one, Bismillah. Shakara yashkuru.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. I'll have a go.
Assalamu
alaikum. Shakara, he was grateful.
Good.
Yashkuru, he is being grateful. Then I have the Masdar as shukrun. Shukrun. And that is grateful.
Okay, or you can say being grateful or just gratitude.
Gratitude, okay. And then Ismul Faa'il, Shakirun, the one who is showing gratitude. And the Ismul Maful, Mashkurun, and that is the one, or the recipient of the one giving thanks. Is it right? Or?
That's correct, yes.
the Amr, Ushkur. That is, how would you translate it? Be grateful.
Be grateful, yes.
Be grateful.
Or give thanks.
Give thanks. And then the Nahi, La Tashruk. La Tushruk.
La tash. I think you're talking last around. La tashkur.
La Tashkur. Oh, sorry. And that is don't be grateful.
Okay, good, mashallah. Can I ask a question? If Shakir means one who is grateful, what do you call a female who is grateful?
Shakiratun.
Shakiratun, good. So the word Shakir is normally a male name, and Shakira is a female name.
Just what's it last one again? I think I got it wrong. What's it? La
tashkur.
La tashkur. Okay, I just got it. I mixed it up. Yeah, okay, shukran.
Okay, Bismillah. Abada ya'budu. Who's next?
Go.
So Wasima, Bismillah.
Abada, he worshipped. Ya'budu, he is worshipping. Abadun is worshipping. Abidun is the worshipper. Ma'budun is the one who is worshipped. A'bud is worship. And
go back to Amr again quickly.
Is it A'bud or A'bud?
So the Amr can only start with the E or with the U.
Oh yeah, E. Okay.
And if the middle letter is a U, then it must start with the U. So if this here, you can see 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's going to be U'bud.
U'bud is worship, and La Ta'bud is do not worship.
Good, perfect, mashallah. So if you go back to the Amr also here, I just want to also just show you some of the other Amrs. Because many of these words will actually have a number of, not Amr, sorry, a number of Masdars. So the word Abada. So you remember the Masdar itself cannot be derived from a pattern. The Masdar itself has to be looked up. So if you look at the word Abada, what's in brackets here will be the Masdar. So in this case, it won't actually be Abd, because Abd is actually a slave. So Abd is not actually one of the Masdars. It will be one of these ones here. So the one you'd all know is Ibadah. Ibadah. So yeah, Ibadah means worship or worshipping. Or the word Ubudah. Or the word Ubudiyya. The word Ubudiyya. Any of these are going to be the Masdar. So the Masdar is always going to be found here next to the verb. So you have one of three here, either Ibadah, Ubudah, or Ubudiyya. Good. Next one. Bismillah. Qatala. Qatala yaqtulu. Who's next?
So Qatala is he killed. Tulu is killing. Qatlun is killing. Qatilun is a killer. Maqtulun is the one who was killed. Uqtul, kill. And La taqtul is do not kill.
Okay, good. Kill and do not kill. And also just go back to the Masdar again here. Qatlun, okay. Okay, that's fine. Bismillah. So next one here. We're going to go to Kataba yaktubu. Kataba yaktubu. So Noor, Bismillah.
Kataba, he wrote. Yaktubu, he is writing. Kitabatun, writing. Katibun, the writer. Maktubun, the one who wrote. Uktub, write. La taktub,
So
do not write.
so go back to Maktub again. Katib is the writer and Maktub is?
The Maaf Maulana, what did Maulana say?
So Katib is writer and Maktub is?
Is it not the one who wrote, Maulana?
No, so the one who writes is doing the action. So what do we call that which is done to?
Is it the written then, Maulana?
The written, yes, good. So the written basically. So if I write a poem, I am the katib and the poem is the maktub. You with me? The poem is the maktub, is that which is written.
Okay. So for all you don't put the one who is and then the word.
Yeah, because see the one who is, you always think of a person, whereas it could also be a thing as well. So, for example, if I'm raising the phone, I am the rafi' and the phone is the marfu'. So it's not always the one, because the one always makes you think of a person. It can also be a thing as well.
Okay, so if one does put the one who wrote, is that then incorrect?
So for katib is correct.
Because
katib is the one who writes, is the writer.
Oh,
but the maktub is that which is written.
Okay. Shukran, Maulana.
And also with kataba, there's a number of masdar. So there's katbun, the next one is kitba, and the next one is kitaba. So there's three masdars there: katbun, kitba, and kitaba. Either of those three are fine. Okay, good. So all of those finishes one block of verbs, and all that block all has on the third letter. So the first block had on the first letter, so the amr will be with an i. The next block has so the amr will be with an and the final block has an i. Daraba yadribu, hamala yahmilu, zalama yadlimu. Those all have an i. So bismillah, daraba yadribu. Who wants to go? We'll be before go again, inshallah, last few.
Now go.
I think, but Tawfiq, I think we have a decreasing amount of homework we've done as we go further on. What do you think of that theory? As we go further on, there are fewer people who finish their homework. Bismillah.
Well, we finish it halfway, Maulana, now.
Yes, Bismillah.
Daraba, he hit. Yadribu, he is hitting. Darbun, hitting. Daribun, hitter. Madrubun, the one who was hit. Idrib, hit, you one male. And la tadrib, do not hit, you one male.
Good. So again, the other cases like with madrub could be in the one who is hit, or it could be that which is hit. If it's a nail or something or ball, that could be that which is hit as well. So it depends on the context. Good. Next one. Hamala yahmilu.
Okay, well, then I'll go next. So
Bismillah.
it is hamala, he carried. Yahmilu, he is carrying. Hamlun, carrying or bearing. Hamilun, the one who carries. Mahmulun, the thing that is being carried.
Good.
Ihmil, carry, and then la tahmil is don't carry.
Good. So you all know the word hamil. Hamil, no, if someone is hamil, that means that someone is pregnant, because a hamil is a carrier. A hamil is a carrier. Someone is hamil, they are a carrier. Next one, ظلم يظلم.
I'll try, Maulana.
Okay, bismillah.
Zalama, he wronged. Yadlimu, he is wronging. Zalmun is the person who is doing the wrong.
So let's get the master again quickly. So if you look at the master here, we look here for the master. So it's going to be two, either zalmun or dhulmun. So we can just add ing, zalmun or dhulmun. How would you add ing there?
For Zulmun, Zulmin. Is it? Am I looking at the master?
Yes.
Zulmin.
Okay, so first of all, the Masdar is either Zalmun or Dhulmun. Both of those are correct. So how do you translate that?
Oh, I'm actually, so this is the noun, right? So would it be the wrongdoer?
So it's the name of the verb. So what you do, you just add ing to the verb. So if the verb is wrong,
the oppressing, or I don't know if the wronging
yeah,
is the right way.
so it's so oppressing or oppression is fine, or wronging. So it's the name of the verb. So either wronging, oppressing, or oppression, any of those are fine.
Okay.
Okay, good. Carry on.
And then Zalimun is the oppressor.
Good.
Madlumun is the person being oppressed.
Mm-hmm.
Idlim is oppress, and La Tadlim is do not oppress.
Okay, good, perfect. MashaAllah. So the mazlum is the one who is oppressed. The Prophet says that the dua of the mazlum is mustajab. And it doesn't matter if the mazlum is Muslim or not Muslim, that the dua of the one that is oppressed is answered by Allah, easily answered by Allah Ta'ala. Next one, Arafa ya'rifu, to know, to recognize or to know.
Malana, I've got Arafa, he knew. Ya'rifu, he is knowing. Ma'rifa is knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? And then
Correct.
Arifun would be the knower, the one who is knowing. And then Ma'rufun would be, is this the one who is known about, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, the one who is known, or
okay,
that which
the one
is known.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And then I'raf is know, and La Ta'rif is do not know.
Okay, so i'rif, la ta'rif. Perfect. Okay, good.
La ta'rif.
So those are the words also quite common. Ma'rifa means to know or knowing, recognizing. And arif often is like a spiritual level also. They call someone who is an arif is like someone who knows Allah Ta'ala. An arif billah is someone who knows Allah Ta'ala. And ma'ruf is often used in the Quran actually. Ma'ruf means that which is known. Ma'ruf means that which is known, but also it's linked to that which is known to be good. Like when you say treat someone with ma'ruf, it means treat someone in a way which is known. In other words, known to be good. Okay, good, mashallah. Sister Noor, bismillah. Ghafara yaghfiru.
Ghafara, he forgave. Yaghfiru, he is forgiving. Maghfiratun, forgiving. Ghafirun, the forgiver. Maghfurun, the forgiven. Ighfir, forgive. La taghfir, do not forgive.
Good. So the word ghafar yaghfiru, we may translate as forgive, but also comes from the root letters to cover as well. So there has this meaning of cover. And an interesting word to know is mighfar. A mighfar doesn't come on the scale here, but a mighfar is a helmet because it covers someone's head. So when you ask Allah to forgive you, it's actually to conceal and to cover up any shortcomings. Next one, kasaba yaksibu. Last two. Bismillah.
I'm struggling, so I'm going to try again.
No, good, mashallah.
Kasaba is he earned. Yaksibu, he is earning. Kasbun is earning. Kasibun is earner. Maksubun, I don't know how to translate that one. Earned for.
So maksub can be that which is earned.
Okay, that which is earned. Okay, cool. And then iksib is earn, and la taksib is do not earn.
Okay, good, mashallah. Doesn't sound like you're struggling very much, mashallah. Next one, malaka yamliku. Last one, malaka yamliku.
Malana, can you do this one?
Bismillah. You started the session, so you can end the session, inshallah.
I actually have a question after this, so I'll do this and I'll ask my question, inshallah. Okay, so malaka means he possesses. Yamliku, he will possess or he is possessing.
So malaka is he possessed, past tense?
Possessed, maf, yeah. He possessed, past tense. Then the second one is the present or future tense. Maf for the taxi sounds. Malkun is possessing. Malikun is the possessor. Mamluk or mamlukun is that which is possessed. Imlik is possess, to command. La tamlik is do not possess.
Okay, perfect, mashallah. Let me just check something quickly. Yeah, so the masdar is can be mulk, mulk, or milk. Any of those are going to be the masdar. Good.
Is there any difference in meaning, Malana, between what you use?
For now, they're all the same, but they're probably going to be like deeper semantic differences. But for now, they're just the same meaning.
Okay. Malana, I have a favor to ask, please, because I missed it right at the beginning. Could we go over the what you call these, the titles of each of the columns that we're doing, just so that, like, what the formal name is, please?
Okay, I'll do it inshallah now. Okay, so good. So we had yes, Bismillah.
Maulana, I just want to ask, what is the masdar for ghafara?
Ghafara. I think one of them is maghfira.
Yes.
Let me just see if there are any others. So we look up ghafara. Where's ghafara? Yeah, ghafara. So there's a few here. So there's 2 here. So ghafrun is one. Then maghfira and ghufran.
Okay, so they are okay. I just put down one. Okay, shukran, Maulana.
Afwan. And then also like Malaka is also interesting because Malik you'd know from Maliki Yawmiddin. Malik means an owner, a possessor. And also the word Mamluk means that which is owned. And you might have heard of something called the Mamluk dynasty. In other words, it was one of the rulers of Islam, one of the ruling eras of Islam was by Mamluks. In other words, they were owned. In other words, they were former slaves that actually became the rulers of the Muslim empire, which is interesting. Bit of Muslim history is that it allows even a slave, a group of slaves to become the rulers, and they were the Mamluk dynasty. So let's go through the headings quickly. And I'm going to just maybe write them down for you just to make it easy, because that's also important that you know them well. So the first one is Maldi Ma'loom. So this is the past tense verb, past tense, and it's active. Active means doer is known. Let me put it in brackets there. The doer is known. Now there's not much who verbs. Like much who would be dhukira. Doer is known. Okay, and then I'll make it a bit smaller. And this is going to be the present tense active. The doer known. So, and then this one's going to be the Masdar, which is going to be the verbal noun, which is the name of the verb. Name of the verb, and you can often add ing here. And then Ismul Faa'il is going to be the name of the doer of the verb, or the name of the one that does the verb. And it's going to be the name of that which the verb is done to. That's going to be, Amr is going to be the command, and he's going to be the prohibition. Okay, so those are basically going to be the headings, and these headings are going to be maintained through the rest of the study of Sarf. We won't focus too much on Majhul for now, but these are the headings that will be maintained for the rest of Sarf. What's also interesting about this is that these verbs also, they go across. In other words, when I say they go across, you can go dhakara, yadhkuru, dhikrun, dhakirun, madhkurun, udhkur, la tadhkur. But the verbs also go down. For example, dhakara, dhakaru, dhakarat, dhakarna, yadhkuru, yadhkuruna, tadhkuru, yadhkurna. So the verbs also go down. So in other words, if they are in this thing, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 verbs. So dhakara goes down, dhakara, dhakaru, dhakarat, dhakarna. He remembered, they remembered, she remembered, she remembered, the females are remembered and remembering, and the females remembered, and so on. Yadhkuru goes down. The Masdar gen doesn't go down. Ismul Faa'il, Ism Maf'ul is, we normally doing it as a singular verb like dhakir and madhkur, but you could have two also. Dhakirani, dhakiraini, madhkurani, madhkuraini. Or you could have plural, dhakiruna, dhakirina, madhkuruna, madhkurina. And the Amr also goes down, udhkur. You remember, you many remember, udhkuru. You one female, udhkuri. You many females, udhkurna. And the Nahi also goes down, la tadhkur. Don't remember one male. La tadhkuru. Don't remember all of you. La tadhkuri. Don't remember you one female. La tadhkurna. Don't remember all of your females. So I don't focus on now, but just to mention that some of these go down as well. So sometimes you must locate them within where you must find them. Okay. So I think we won't have any more Sarf homework for this week. What I would like us to do now is I'd like us just to, let me just find this, 1 second, let me just find this presentation. I'd like us to go through some verses of Surah Fatiha. This is the first verse. So if you have your Quran workbook, you can open it in the meantime. Is you can find your Quran workbook and we can start with that, inshallah.